Hey guys, so today we're using a new backdrop. That's number one. Different lighting, that's cool. And I'm being handheld and I don't have the microphone, so you might hear some voices in the background. It's because I was inspired to make this video kind of on the spot. This is something I'm setting up for some other projects. Maybe I'll use it for the YouTube series, but we'll see how that goes. But anyways, today I want to talk about the idea of control and letting go. What does it mean to let go? For me, the idea of letting go has always been this idea of moving on and not letting something bother you anymore. A lot of times people say you have to let go of bad relationships or letting go of loss, grief, things like that. Or if you hold on to a grudge of someone that angered you or frustrated you or whatever, let it go is what we say. There's a song. Yeah. And I've always felt the idea of letting go is not really possible, because for me it never felt like letting go was something you can just do. And I've realized that letting go is more than just saying, hey, I'm deciding to stop letting this bother me now. For some that may work, but for myself it's become more of a thing of how do you accept the reality of the situation of what's happening or has happened? How do you talk about these things that are real and not these things that are in your mind, right? There's this ideal or this version that you have, your interpretation of what's in your mind and how you think about this thing, and it's precisely those versions of what you think that make you feel the way you do. And if you're having a hard time having these feelings, being let go, it's more that maybe your perspective is off, or maybe that the way you think of this is not allowing you to move on and let go. And so for me, I've learned, for pretty much most things, the weight on my shoulders and the pressure I feel of any circumstance can be much lighter and less urgent to deal with or feel like I have to react to if I just can look at the reality of the situation in that moment and say to myself or someone around me, what do we know? What do I know? What is real here, right? What has actually tangibly, physically happened? When you deal with facts and data like that, it's really hard to get subjective about your experience. And when you do, when that feeling comes up that you want to be subjective of your experience of it and define, well, for me, it's more about this, there might be something there that you're trying to express that you haven't truly been able to express yet. And it might be as simple as just knowing that this sucks, it hurts, it's painful, I feel guilty, I feel shameful, I feel whatever it is. Or I just wish I could have done something different, right? And all of those are things that, while they are true and painful to you, they're a subjective nature of the reality. The objective nature of the reality is this has happened for better or worse, regardless of why. It has happened and we are here now. And what we do here and now and going forward is up to us. We can choose to spend more time with it and to feel it and to process the subjective nature of it and to deal with that. But at some point, the weight of that subjective reality of it, your own experience of it, should lift off when you can accept your experience of it and also accept the reality of the objective nature of it. So, if you're going through anything difficult, or you're struggling with letting go of anything, or you're struggling with moving on from anything that's difficult or tough in your life, try to think, what do I know? What is true in a physical, tangible, real way? If you're into the Myers-Briggs stuff and you're more of a intuitive feeler type, this is going to be difficult. If you're a sensor type, it might come pretty easy to you. If you're a heavy thinker type, it might come okay if you just be logical about it. But if you're an NF type, an idealist type, I highly recommend try to be a robot version of yourself. Forget the emotions as much as you can for just a split second, and just talk about the objective truth of that scenario or situation or whatever it is that makes you feel a certain way. And if you can do that and you can come to acceptance of that portion of reality, and then you can balance it with your subjective experience of the reality, there might be some new light to shine on that, and the weight will lift, and you will feel less pressure on it, and you'll find yourself just letting go of the weight of it. Not the situation, not denying that it happened, not denying your experience of it or the truth for you, but rather that it has happened and accepting it and being able to allow your mental space and your emotional energy to be channeled to something more productive and efficient for you. I hope this helps. It's something that helps me every day. If you guys have any tips, I'd love to hear them. Please let me know how you deal with not being able to let go of certain situations. And we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys.